This is our school, green, growing, and alive. But things can always go wrong. Imagine a total disaster. People dying everywhere because of a nuclear meltdown as bad as or worse than Chernobyl. Nuclear power makes up about 29% of America's power, but is it really as safe as we're told?
Do you think that nuclear power is a safe power source?
I think it is sort of a safe power source.
I think it's pretty safe, but there's definitely, like Japan, there's room for error.
Not as much as wind power or other different types of power that we have now.
Like, it can go wrong, but I think it's probably pretty safe, as long as everything's, like, in requirement and stuff.
What dangers do you think are associated with nuclear power?
Well, obviously a nuclear meltdown would probably kill most everybody in the area, and that's a pretty big problem. Radiation is another one.
I think it could maybe blow a circuit or something in a house, and then it could damage the house.
So I think things can definitely go wrong, and it can be super dangerous.
Describe how you think nuclear power works.
Atoms breaking apart.
I think it's like they split atoms and then it like makes heat or something. I'm not super sure.
And that's about all I know.
In 1989, the elements radium and polonium are discovered. In 1942, the first reactor chain is maintained for 28 minutes. 1945, the U.S. drops atomic bomb on Japan. 1949, the Soviet Union detonates first atomic device. 1950, U.S. President Harry Truman orders development of the hydrogen bomb. 1953, the first nuclear submarines, Nautilus and Seawolf, are commissioned. 1954, Obsnik, Soviet Union, first successfully started nuclear power plant in the world. 1955, Arco, Idaho's Borax 3 power plant produces enough electricity to illuminate the entire city. 1956, Shippingport, the first commercial nuclear power plant, is built near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. 1957, first civilian nuclear reactor is built in California. 1961, the Soviet Union unexpectedly detonates the largest nuclear device in the world. It was equal to 57 tons of TNT. 1979, a partial meltdown occurs on 3 Mile Island. Fortunately, minimal radioactive material was released. 1986, Chernobyl meltdown occurs. Hundreds of people were evacuated, but many died from radiation poisoning. Today, it is still too contaminated for nearly any life. 1992, DOE, Department of Energy, begins the cleanup of the nuclear range.
Okay. Do you think nuclear power is a safe power source?
Not the way it's currently being administered now.
Okay, and if you think that, what would some of the dangers of it be?
We're running a 50-year-old design that was cranked out literally for the price of a candy bar during the Manhattan Project after they were done with Alamogordo. The GE plants have been built up on the assumption of active enhanced care, meaning that if there's a problem that people will be able to take care of it on the spot. What we've learned through a couple of instances is that active systems fail. And the way around that is to have a passive system where cooling is never interrupted because of simple forces of nature. For instance, a gravity feed system or a convective air system or a lower intensity boiling point with an automatic feed that's gravity determined, like a pebble bed reactor, or driving Stirling engines instead of steam turbines. There's lots of designs on the table. There hasn't been a lot of government subsidy to pioneer them. And that's currently the holdup, the idea that we need to build these plants that need constant care in potentially dangerous places.
And is that on a worldwide level?
Yeah, there's everybody's plants are starting from the GE Mark I and working their way up. Like the safest thing GE offers right now, which again is pretty much levels the playing field worldwide, is a 3-day supply of cooling water on top of the reactor. Not a major improvement when you consider that they're still working on the Fukushima power plants 2 months after the event. South Africans, as a government, are experimenting with passive systems. The French have tried a convective system, and it's not really moving forward because of the industrial might of the existing programs.
Are they putting in a lot of energy to operate these power plants safely, do you think?
Ask anybody whose job it is to make money, and they'll say they're doing everything they can while making a profit. Ask anybody who lives nearby, and they'll say money's no object, it has to be bulletproof. There are no bulletproof, there are no perfectly safe nuclear plants in existence.
Do you think nuclear power will be used as much as it is now in the future?
I think they're gonna like phase it out for more, like I said, wind power, maybe like water power, more clean, eco-friendly ways to make power.
I think it will be, but maybe more, because we right now have wind power, but I think technology is going to change a whole bunch in the future, and then we're going to maybe need to use more nuclear power.